theology. So say a little bit about myself for the new parents or for those who don't remember a whole year ago. So I am a graduate of Sarah, class of 2001. After I graduated from Sarah, I went to St. Mary's in May, and then I went to Fordham University for a couple of years, and then to UC Davis, where I got my PhD in philosophy. So my specialization is in ancient philosophy, Plato in particular, which might sound like it makes sense if any of your students have been bringing home anything in the last week, what we've been working on in class. So we just finished up reading Plato's Cave today, although stretching a little bit for some of the students. I gave some of the students a little extra time to work on it over the weekend that wanted to really go in depth in the annotations. So I've got a bunch of annotations here from the rest of them. So after getting my PhD, I taught college philosophy for a few years, UC Davis and University of the Pacific and Trinity College Dublin, and then came here to Sarah. So this is my 6th year teaching at Sarah, and in the senior theology class, I bring a lot of philosophy into it. So we're going to be looking at a lot of philosophy, a lot of theology. We're kind of looking from a lot of different perspectives, and the main question we're looking at is what kind of man does your son want to be, right? So this is a class that's in a way completely about them, right? What kind of man do they want to be? And that's a phrase we use for that is a true man. What is a true man for him? And so this is, we react to a lot of things, right? So we're reading Plato right now. We're going to be reading other philosophers. Aristotle will come up pretty soon, theologians and other thinkers, and they're going to be reacting to these thinkers and challenging them, questioning them. I don't give the students anything saying you should believe this or you need to parrot this back to me or anything like that. Everything is for them to wrestle with because they are the only one who can say what kind of man they want to be, right? The second semester picks all this up when they've said, this is the kind of man I want to be. We think about how that kind of man lives in a world that's not perfect. So the first semester, we're going to start as we're now starting with pretty abstract, high level of thinking. What's true? What's real? What's good? And then what is love, right? And then we're going to be kind of narrowing it down, getting more concrete, looking at male archetypes. These are things that the students really love to argue with and challenge, so that's great. Comes up with great discussions in class. And then we look at Jesus as a model of masculinity. We look at what our culture says about being a man, which is particularly interesting right now. Our culture is saying all kinds of different things, some conflicting, some things not so great about being a man. And so I encourage students to bring all that in so we can talk about it, wrestle with it, they can get clear on things for themselves. And we can just consider it all. The last grading period is this home stretch between friendship, home, and family. And so this is all about relationships with the idea that the kind of person that we are is influenced to a great deal by the people that we surround ourselves with. So looking at these relationships in our lives. The last thing we'll do here is write an essay. I've already given them the prompt for the final essay in the class, which is what kind of man do you want to be and how are you going to become that? So that is the final project, the final essay. All the assignments up till that are giving them tools, materials, readings, everything to react to form their own idea for that paper. In the second